Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the left side as the blue Mexicans, we have Yond. Spawn on the right side as the red French, we have KindaCat. And let's talk about the natives of the map. There are none. Just this one guy just walking in circles for the entirety of his life. And some local doggos that people really want to kill off and steal their Carthaginian gene story about Hannibal. You killed the dog's prized possession for somehow 40 food. Oh, culinary escapades. Let's see now. Any deck selected there? And no deck selected there either. Oh. There we go. Got my buttons all set on up. Basically, there's a weird thing about cats in this game. If you hit spacebar, it will do the previous action you clicked up here, and so I want to make sure I have the game left and right arrow selected so I can just hit spacebar and switch between the players at ease. We do now have red is going aggressive trading post, most dangerous of all trading posts, the proxy trading post, to do stuff. I don't know. This is a aggressive play for a trade post, let's say the least, but I don't know. It can be easily retaliated. The Mexican player can bring around an insurgent and start torching it down. I have an insurgency on his hand. We got some of the local lizards trying to defend their supply of mustard seeds. Red is eyeing to kill some of the kitty cats, who of course defending their coffee reserve. You monster, cats need their coffee as well. Your coffee will be worth a coin or food. Seeing how there is a church improvement for the Dutch that called coffee trade related to the banks, it would make sense it would be worth coin. That's my best way to describe why that's cost a worth coin. And we do have a deck selected here. We got Mexican cavalry being selected. Of course, we got villagers plus hacienda, independence movements. Of course, the Mexican player is going to revolt. Mexico always revolts. Villagers, advanced arsenal, plan of iguanas. Let's just leave it at that. Cigar roller. Collect from plantations faster. Interesting. Also does affect haciendas. Sometimes I have to double check that. Cavalry combat, Calaveros, guerrilla tactics, liberation march, Mexican mint, refrigeration, textile mill, covered wagons, Sans Palas battalion, Los Calaveros battalion, refurbished firearms, Crusadal or lancers, Upa Calti castle. Sounds like it's a citadel. Factory. You're going for independence move now, so it's going to go for Flux color into independence. And the French does have aggressio, so we got aggressive deck versus aggressive deck. Warriors, exotic hardwoods, woodwood coin, crossbowmen, sensus, range infantry hit points, hussars, royal fencing school, spice trade, Huron allies, food coin, tirailleurs. All your crossbow moments transform to skirmishers. Huh, that could be decent. Team Charlotte Singalis. Skirmishers, cuirassiers, or cuirassiers, or however you pronounce that. Cavalry combat, dragoons, falconets, thoroughbreds, heavy cannon, factory, and factory. You have a military wagon here. Got Hesse in the back here. Barracks being deployed even farther back. The opposite of proxy. Quartermaster hunting doggos, and we got the Mexican player revolting to Central America, which gives them a wave of villagers there. And we got the new deck. Of course, the Floxcala give you Floxcala textiles, Floxcala alliance, Our Lady of Assumption, San Madre's fire, Salvadorian coffee. Carachos becomes revolutionaries. If villagers die, they become revolutionaries instead. Pioneers, Poltley Tactics, Food, Wood, Wood, Coin, Coin, Infinite Revolutionaries, Infinite Frontier Defenses, Advanced Frontier Defenses, Town Militia, Improved Buildings, Infinite Falconets, cost 100 coin, Infinite Culverins, or not Infinite Culverins, 2 Culverins for 100 wood, Sloops, Ironclad, I would pronounce that route, Central American Infantry, Central American Cavalry, and Assassins. I sort of just moved on from Red Alert 3. Oh, we got a pair of proxy French barracks. I'm not familiar with that. I sort of, if you have some Red Alert 3 casts you want me to cast, I'm more than welcome to. You can always just send them to me through my Gmail. But overall, I sort of just moved on from Red Alert 3. We've got the Padre and the General picking off some of the pikemen. Pikemen do have good siege damage. Crossbows do not have good siege damage. And the General has taken some damage. The Padre can patch up his wounds so he gets to safety. The trading post is starting to go on down. The French is eyeing for more pikemen and more crossbows. We got Archaic Attack. The Sensuous improves the hit points of pikemen, halberdiers, and crossbows, as well as getting a bit of armor. Soldados now deployed on the field, around them, which are ×2 musketeer. 2 population in all, more pikemen, more crossbows, and we've still got this trade post here for red. Pikemen and crossbows pray forward. Handful of soldados. Oh, that's a petard. I was not expecting a petard, but the petard does bash a guy's head in. Not sure if that's a great use for a petard. Where did the petard even come from? I don't know where that petard came from. I'll ask his mother about it. Now I got Gunnar pikemen here. Soldados are going down. Even the scout, Navajo scouts, trying to punch and slice up the General. General goes down. The Padre is now going to be next. This house can quickly go down. We got another pikeman. We've got a number of outpost wagons here. If he has to make sure he's posted them back out of range. Oh, do you get a free petard for every shipment? Is that what this Central American offer? That's probably it. There's another petard there. Sorry, I don't know all the revolts. More petards, or petard charges way forward. Militia has been put on the field. The frontier outposts, Freedom are still up there. Militia gains a good damage. The petards push forward here and explode. Petard's almost down. Militia's doing some good work there. And just probably best to send the petard over here. He at least knows about some of this stuff. But the petard has gone down. Mexican player does have 21 villagers. Opponent has 17. Of course, these are French villagers, so that's relatively similar. Against crossbows and pikemen, skirmishers will do just well, and crossbows don't really have good bonus damage, so honestly even heavy infantry just work just fine. They effectively have 120% health versus range damage. Oops, sorry, I hit my microphone. The militia, of course, down to 1 health. And he still has both these outposts here, so that is good defense. And they're upgraded outposts as well. As a shipment available, is it eyeing for return to Mexico? I think it's saving up resources for return to Mexico, because 1,000 of each resource. And now he's returning to Mexico. It will be age 4. The deck was labeled named Cav. Not sure what he's going to be eyeing the end. It's expensive, like he's spending 3,000 resources to get to age 4. He has 8 defense, not necessarily the best defense. His opponent's just getting some various research. He's going to play a little bit long game. More crossbows been put on the field. Falconets will be very effective. The crossbows do take out a villager. Another hit there. Since the outposts are upgraded, they do have 45 damage, which will allow them to 3-shot at the crossbowmen. Thanks to their upgrade, pikemen will also be 3-shot as well. And looks like the French villager will be socked in the face by a petard. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Petard's melee damage is 4. They really does not make... That's just worthless. Even a villager can punch better. This lady, they punch weaker than that lady. Villager does go down. Got a single Soltero here. Now he's returned to Mexico. He's going for another frontier outpost. Has a number of books. So he can bring in some shipments if he can secure the area. The town center does have 6 villagers in the inside, so we do some decent damage as well. Won't change the math all too much. It won't change the math at all compared to the outpost, but now it has more villagers there, so we'll force down a house. I will put his opponent pop cap. And whittle down. Think that housing is effective strategy. He does not have any natives to bring on in. He could try for ×2 town centers. Okay, he has a shipment available. He does not have a shipment of wood. Factory or ×2 coveted wagons at this point in time. He needs wood. He needs a large amount of wood. I'm a bit more impartial towards the ×2 town centers right now. Does not take out the French villager. He saves a shipment for something. Blows out a house. And since he's at 19 out of 10, he can deploy out something. Yeah, every shipment now he has, we'll give him 1 free petard. And he's going for the Los Colorados battalion, which give him 9 soldados and falconet. I know it's called Colorado in American, but I don't know how to put more of a Spanish/Mexican accent. So put Spanish. If you say it in Spanish, will be Colorados. I'm probably overthinking about that. Colorados. Yeah, but I'm overthinking it way too much. We do now have a shipment almost complete. That falconet would be very useful against French. So it can still kill Varan, but remember as well, those Colorados are a ×2 musketeer. The petard, of course, can explode for 2,000 damage. Nothing here is vulnerable to 2,000 damage. Oh, it is vulnerable, but won't be one-shotted. And as well, no AoE here, so you can't just put it in a well-placed spot to explode. It does explode successfully there. He is going to factory now and going for more of the musketeers. Got a handful of hussars there, trying to push away forward. He's trying to intercept. Does get a shot there. Falconet takes some damage. No melee attack there, and he will get overrun by the pikemen as well. Falconets are down, and now his Padre and General are back up. They do have a lot more health and damage since they're age 4 now. His opponent is also age 3, going for the veteran crossbow research. The Trollas, how do you pronounce that? Trollalures could be very effective. It goes for a good number of crossbows. Probably can skimp out onto the veteran crossbow research with that. Another veteran cuirassiers. The soldados will be reasonable versus them, but the AoE effect from them is quite substantial, and they do also have a decent amount of health. Padre getting these guys healed up, very nice. It's also one thing nice about playing Mexico. Since you have the Padre, you have a good source of healing for your army. We got a good number of crossbows now pulled on out. We got a very fine coat researched by one of the players. And now he's switching to his factory to the heavy cannon production. And like I always say, I'm biased towards the heavy cannon. It needs a bit more population housing. Insurgents would not be half bad in this situation. Sure, the crossbows would do bonus damage for them, but like I mentioned beforehand, nothing too significant. More of the musketeers now being employed on the field. And now we do have the fort wagon. Nope, we got a settler wagon. Not settler wagon, settlers. Not arriving by wagon. And we do also have infinite production of villagers from the hacienda. Currently just the cow working on it. You would have known that cows are good. Oh, so that's where those people come from, where babies come from. They come from cows. I'm kidding. Got a round of salty arrows now pulled on out. That should be very effective versus the pikemen and do reasonably well versus the crossbows. Right now they have 19 damage, 16 range. Oh yeah, these guys can camouflage. And I can't compare the damage between the two because they are invisible. They are sneaky. He's using it as a camouflage scout. He's using a good number of crossbows there. His first heavy cannon's almost deployed on out. He also sees them in staggered formation. The French explorer is up here, mingling with the deer. I guess she's trying to be a Disney princess, but you gotta be very careful trying to be a princess like for France, because you may lose your head. The explorer does spot the salty arrows. And looks like they're actually hitting this explorer over here. French explorers do have extra range resist rather than melee resist. And with very fine coat, they have a lot of extra health to work with as well. Generals have full health. Hussars and Cuirassiers now overrunning the salty arrows, no problem. And the villager looks like will stay alive. We also got a caravan trader now. Now it's upgraded to get other resources. Right now it's bringing in a whole bunch of coin for the French. I'm bringing a good number of musketeers, going for veteran musketeers and veteran hussars. More of the heavy cannons still being pulled up by the Mexican player. Gets out of his own stable. Now it's going for the Chinkos. Nope. Yes. Which are the Lancer variant. Slight bonus damage versus infantry. Less bonus damage versus heavy infantry. Got a sizable army now pushing way forward. The Mexican player does not appear to have enough in here. Has the military force of 19. Though the heavy cannon gets a great shot there on the crossbows. He could eye for the Sans Balas battalion. 8 Chinkos would be very useful, and 1 mortar would just be nice, but nothing too great. Presidial Lancers could be decent. That charge act could be even useful versus the Musketeers you soon be facing. Though granted, more heavy cannons would not hurt, so maybe going for the other factory. He almost has enough for another shipment. The longer the French player holds out, the better the Mexican player will be at. Heavy cannons, of course, good. Now bring in the Salvadorian coffee, which will give him 9 villagers and some petards. There's the veteran Chinkos. They actually do have a bit of bonus damage as heavy cap. Nothing too significant, but could help them engage the various hussars and cuirassiers. Their base damage is 30, plus the veteran hussar is 40, so in actuality, these guys actually would do less damage versus heavy cap than hussars do to them, because this plus 25% would make it, if it was plus 33%, it would be up to 40 damage, but that is not the case. As I mentioned, hussars do have a bit more health to work with. Chinkos do cost 200 resources. Hussars do also cost 200 resources. Chinkos are definitely more of an anti-light infantry cavalry unit. The Explorer does go down to the heavy cannon. More Chinkos, more villagers. Now he's collecting up the Hacienda. Not a great rate, but he doesn't want to send out villagers onto the map to collect some food. The French player is going for a secondary town center here, and already has a secondary town center up here, so that would be a tertiary town center down south. Now he's going for age for the Tycoon. A good amount of crossbows. He does have a population of 163. The Mexican player has 126. But of course has some defensive fortifications here. And heavy cannon. The general or the padre will go down here. Crossbows pushing forward. Heavy cannons are already deployed. The tards may just want to keep their distance. That is 6,000 damage ready to explode. Which will do some... almost take out town center now. It does take 4. A factory in comparison does have 5,000. And now he's going for the steam powered to get more heavy cannon. He needs to build out more housing. Got a good number of culverins here. He knows of the threat of his opponent's heavy cannons. Are these guys classified as artillery? Nope, just classified as siege trooper and siege unit. And the fall culverins will not do bonus damage versus petards. There's plot outpost here just to keep this village safe. Culverins do make themselves known. You could try charging forward with some cavalry to take them out. Taking them out would make his heavy cannon much more effective. They do transport bonus damage for artillery, so they do 200 damage per shot, but heavy cannons can withstand 3 shots. Or gets killed off in 3 shots, I should say. So take all 3 to one-shot a heavy cannon. A heavy cannon in return will be able to shot them. Obviously, take out a house there. The Mexican players already have Popcat, going for more Chinkos, mortar, and petard. Pikeman's pushing the way forward. Veteran pikeman, good siege damage. And we got a decent amount of cavalry here now. Veteran Chinkos. Heavy cannons trying to push the way forward. We got a pair of French heavy cannon here. And trade monopoly victory for red. All it needs to do is what? Take out 1? Not an easy map to do that, though. Keeps his opponent from being defensive. Force him to come out of his base. Red's not even deployed out mortar. Has a number of heavy cannon. His forces are pretty split on up. Has a force of 50 on the field. Good number of them take up 2 population. The French is at max population, has a good amount of resources stored on up as well. Blue's trying to push the way forward, trying to get some kind of barrage there. Mortar does hit the frontier outpost. The Blue's formation is not that good. He's starting to charge forward with the Chinkos. There's some pikemen mixed on him, but not a whole large number of pikemen. This keeps cannon reserve. He's trying to take out the cannon. You can take out this cabin, and then you can just apply attack, move his forces forward. More pikemen for red. Got more Chicos for blue. And it looks like blue is just getting annihilated. And yep, looks like blue just getting annihilated. Let's got the Culverin there. He was not aggressive enough with his heavy cannon, I would say. If his heavy cannon was in the fight, it would probably gone a lot more better. Red's heavy cannon was constantly firing away in that engagement. Thoroughbred's research. And now he's revolting to California. We must revolt again! Which does that give him some filibusters? No, he loses town center, so no revolt. His Angrid saying, keep watching, and on to next replay.